right, so let's look at this week. Algebra 3. Let's go take a look at our grade screen. See, we are now done with the module 6. So that means today, module 5 closes. I hope you got everything turned in. I'll have to go in and manually close module 5. So that'll be closing here shortly. Because module 6 is done. We're ready to move into module 7. The module 7 is broken up by week. So this is week 27. So matrix operations is what this module is about. So you have 4 practice assignments this week. 4 practice assignments. And they are going to be in Khan Academy. It's all very, very short. These each have 4 questions. And then next week, you'll have 4 practice assignments and an actual EOL quiz, which will be here in Buzz. And then the next week, you get some practice and quiz, and then practice, and a quiz. So this will go all the way till 2 weeks after spring break before we finish with the matrices. And the last quiz is set for April 16th. I'll have to look at that because, yeah, we see what we need to look at that week. So I'll play with the schedule. But this week we have this. So what it looks like is when we go into the activities, it's divided by week. There's a folder for every week with the quizzes in between the folders. So looking at week 27, instructions. The first thing it tells you is you need to log in. Here's the login right here. Make sure you're logged in to Khan Academy. So let's open that up, see what that looks like. Here's the login screen. You need to use your school Google account. Continue with Google. So you'll just click on that, choose your Google account. Choose my school Google account there, and it will log you in. See, mine is the teacher account, so mine will look a little different here. It shows my classes that are using this. 0B in first hour. No, that needs to be corrected. That's Algebra 3 class as well. So when you go in here, I'm not sure what it looks like on your end, but it should have it'll have the practice assignments. But what it doesn't have, you need to use Buzz right here for the lessons. 7.01, there's a video and an article. And then there's the practice assignments that you will have in Khan Academy. And here's an article and practice and an article and practice. So let's look at what the article looks like, because the article covers the same stuff that the video does. When you click on that, it gives you a link to the article in Khan Academy. So here's the Khan Academy intro to Matrices. This is the video you had first. So the video would be right here. And it's only like 4 minutes. The video is like, I'm just going to start it so I can see 4.5 minutes. 4 minutes, 28 seconds, intro to matrices. And then it covers some of the same stuff in an article where you can read. This gives you your notes, things to look at. Matrix A has 2 rows and 3 columns. So it talks about the dimensions. Okay, so then it has some practice problems in the article. Like check your understanding. A1, 3 is what? So this is where you put it in and say, is it 8? Check. Yes, it was 8. So, and we'll talk about this in just a minute, but it has some checks in the article. And then here are the assignments that are 2 of the assignments. Ready to practice? 4 questions. You click let's go down here in the corner when you're ready to start those 4 questions. It'll say, what's the dimensions matrix? So it will take those 4 problems and score it for you. The instructions back here in Buzz for the assignment, I may end up changing that because you are actually in my class in Khan Academy, so I don't think you need to do what this has. This says, take a screenshot of the completed assignment, and when you scroll down, you can attach it here. I don't think you need to do that. I will double check, but after you do that, I think I can see your assignment in Khan Academy, so you don't have, you can, if you want to make sure, you can go ahead and take a screenshot that has your name, score, and the assignment name from the Khan Academy site. After you do this 4 questions, it'll put your score right there. So take a screenshot that includes your name up at the top. And you can attach it here, but I'm pretty sure I'll be able to see it without you having to do that. So let's talk about matrices just briefly here. Because since you have other videos and lessons to go through, I don't want to take a lot of your time in class, but I do want to talk about what you're going to learn this week. Talks about matrices, and a matrices is just an array of numbers arranged in this fashion. And maybe we've got 1 and 0 and -4, and you've got a half, could be a 0.5, could be a half. Maybe we got the square root of 5. We've got 11, we got -21, we have 17, and we have 2. That's just a matrix. And to say this is matrix A. Matrix A equals these numbers. So what you're going to learn about is how to classify this. And this is a bad example. Let's classify this one. We'll build another one over here. 1, 2, 3, -1, -2, -3. What you look at is how many rows are there? 1, 2, 3 rows. So this is a 3 by something. This one has 2 rows, 2 by something. And then how many columns does it have? So this has 3 columns. This is a 3 by 3, right? It has 3 rows, 3 columns. This one, it has 3 columns as well. This is a 2 by 3. Again, 3 columns. So when we're classifying a matrix, we do it by the number of rows by the number of columns. 3 by 3, 2 by 3. You can have a 1 by 1. That's a 1 by 1 matrix. Just has the number 0 in it. The other thing we look at is A of 2, 3. This is asking in the A matrix, which number is in the second row, third column? Row, column. So which number is in the second row? Second row, third column, 11 is the number that's in the 2, 3 position. Second row, third column is number 11. If we want to look at in the B, what is in the 2, 1, second row, first column, -1 is the number that's in there, right? So that's what we're starting out with, looking at these first few lessons in Khan Academy. But the videos do a great job of walking you through that and just taking a look at that. If we look, this is the matrix elements assignment. See, are you ready to practice? See, it's asking A 4, 1. Yeah, they don't use the parentheses. They do it like a subscript. They do it like a subscript. See, like if I put it up like this, this is the same thing. B 2, 1. They put it as a subscript in Khan Academy, so that's fine. That's -1. This one is A 2, 3. Right, so you just put it as a subscript. So that means the same thing as what I was writing up there. A 2, 3. What is in that position? So like on this one, A 4, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. That'd be the first one there in the fourth row, 16. And I can check. Oh, and it got good work. You owned it. Onward. So you can check your answer before you go, and then go to the next question. So that's your practice assignments that are assigned in there. The other things we have in here is representing linear systems. There's an article on that, and matrix row operations. So let's take a look at that real quick. Linear systems. So that has the 2 rows, 3 columns. If we have a system of equations, where'd the graphic go? Right here. Which matrix represents the system? If you have a system of equations, 2x plus 3y equals 8, 5x plus 2y equals 2, All you do is take the coefficients, and that's what would be represented in the matrix. 2, 3, 8 would be the top. 2, 3, 8. Those both have 2, 3, 8. And then 5, 2, 2. And you have to make sure in the same order. This is X, then Y. Because if they swap the X and Y, you have to put them in the same order before you check that. 5, 2, 2. So it's obviously B. 2, 3, 8, 5, 2, 2. 2, 3, 8, 5, 2, 2. Check. Yep, that is the correct one. Write this as a, oh, they want us to write it ourselves. So we'd say, okay, well, the 7. Oh, there it is. 4, 3. Now pay attention. If this is a minus 3y, I would use a minus 3 in the matrix. These are all positive numbers, so they took this one easy on us. Check. My check disappeared. There it is. Right. So there it has 3. This you have to pay attention. And they've already put the answer for you. This has X, Y, and Z. X, Y, and Z. So the first thing they did is they added in the missing variables so they'd all be the same size. This is 3x minus 2y plus 0z. See, the first one didn't have a z, so that before they wrote the matrix, they added the plus 0z. The second one didn't have a y term, so they added plus 0y and then wrote the matrix. 3, negative 2, 0, 4. Got to have all of the columns represented. So if there's missing a z or missing a y, the coefficient's a 0 for those terms. So 1, 0, 5, negative 3. 1, 0, 5, negative 3. And they color coded that so you can see that. All right. So then you want to know which one of these represents this. We have to see what's missing. They both have a W. This one has an X. This one doesn't. They both have a Y. They both have a Z. So where does the 0 go? W, X, Y, Z. You do them in order. So since the X is the second term, this one will have a 0 for a second term. 1, 0, 2, negative 4, 5. 1, 0, negative 6. So you would choose the one that has the 0 as the second term. That's one that's missing. So you'll have that, and then the assignment after that one. And then the last one we have here is matrix row operations. So let's look at that. It's a little trickier because you're actually doing things with matrices now. Here's an example. One operation is to switch any 2 rows. So it says interchange row 1 and 2. That's one of the things we do. Could switch it. So we just basically took the first row and made it the second row. Took the second row and made it the first row. Other thing you can do is multiply a row by a non-zero constant. If you multiply it by 0, you don't have a matrix anymore, right? But if we took it and multiplied it by 3, row 1 becomes 3 times itself. So 2 becomes 3 times 2, or 6. 5 becomes 3 times 5, or 15. And 3 becomes 3 times 3 is 9. So you can multiply a row by any constant number, or you could add rows to one another. So row 2 becomes 1 and 2 added together. 2, 5, 5, 9, 3, 9. So we use that to solve systems of operations. So this says, perform this operation. R1 swapped with R2 on the following matrix. So this is saying take row 1 and swap it with row 2. Did they show us? They didn't show us that little symbol up there. So that's why we're looking at this. This is switching the 2 rows. So we're looking for this third row stays the same, but this one becomes the first row over here, and the first row becomes the second row. So sometimes you'll see this little arrow with this one becomes this one. Third row is not changed. So then they want you to do that. Type in that switching row 2 with row 3. Pay attention to what they're asking. And again, you can check to make sure you got it. And it has a place to click explain. If you can't get it right, you can click that and it gives you the answer. So the assignments here, the practice assignments and the practice articles give you chances to check to make sure you're understanding. 3R2 to R2. So basically take the second row and multiply it by 3. and make that the new second row. So instead of 661, 230, 459, when we multiply the second row by 3, it becomes 661, which is the same. 690, because that is what 3 times row 2 equals. And then 459 stays the same. So you might see it written this way. 3 times row 2 becomes row 2. The other rows don't change at all. So they want you to do that here. 2 times row 1 to row 1. And this is the adding one row to another. So if you see R1 plus R2 becomes R2, means replace the second row with the total sum of the first and second rows added together. All right. And then system of equations and matrix row operations. If we had this system, 1x plus 3y equals 5 and 2x plus 5y equals 6. Here's the matrix that represents that, 1, 3, 5. And notice they put this little dotted line just to show where the equal sign would be. So the system equation is just helps us look at it and understand that these equal 5 and these equal 6. So they take that and they switch any 2 rows, multiply row by a non-zero constant. And we'll get more into how that really helps us. But right now, you just need to understand how to do that. So this article is really good. It'll walk you through. Oh, there's comments at the bottom of other students and people look at that. So if you want to look at the comments, that's fine. Or you can stop it right here at the end of the lesson. So that's what you have this week, is learning an intro to matrices, the dimensions, the elements, representing linear systems, and doing those basic operations. Not a whole lot of work there, maybe 45 minutes to an hour total for the week. But you have 4 practice assignments this week. And then next week, we'll have the quiz over both weeks. So, all right. Questions on that? Is it going to make sense what you got this week? Just follow the links in order. Just go and buzz. Click on the first one. Make sure you're logged in with your Google account. Go to the next one. Check out that 4.5-minute video. Go to the next one. Just follow the links that are right here. There's the link. All the links are right here in Buzz, so you can just go right down the list and do each of those, and you'll be in great shape. These probably won't say you're done if you don't go down here and click submit my work or submit something. It won't show you're finished with that. But like I said, I think I'll be able to see in Khan Academy that you've done that and what your score was. So I'm not worried about you actually taking a screenshot. If it doesn't work, I'll let you know. But I think you're good on that. That's it. It's all through Khan Academy for this unit, these matrices. But except the quizzes will be in Buzz. You won't have to go to Khan Academy for that. So, all right. If that's got you set up, if you're clear with what you got to do, you may go. And tomorrow, remember, is the ACT for 11th graders. So the 12th graders, you'll be coming on campus for work keys. You should have an email about that for those you're able to do that. And fun stuff. So we will see some of you guys in person tomorrow. If you're in my class, it's split up. The seniors are split according to the first letter of your last name. You should have email from our principal know that. So we'll see some of y'all tomorrow. And if you need to be here Wednesday, I'll see you then. Have a great day.